Here we go.
This segment's brought to you by Woodsman Custom Calls.
Man, I've known Sean a long time. Great dude. He makes a great call. I haven't helped him design the camo cutter, which we saw what that thing did in Missouri this year.
Man, yeah, we had a heck of a trip up in Missouri. Ended up taking 3 birds on that trip.
Yes, sir. That's one of the 11 calls he makes out of his Outlaw series mouth calls, but he also makes slate calls and glass calls if you need those.
We've had Sean in here on the podcast. Really good guy.
Great call. Designed by killers for killers.
What is up, everybody?
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Hunt Experience, episode 47.
47, brother.
We got to add one of those. When we hit 50.
Yeah.
On the board over there.
All kinds of stuff going off.
Yeah, we got some rain coming on outside.
I'm loving it, man.
We've got 3-4 days of it.
It's like a rainforest out there right now.
It really is.
Yeah. I don't guess you see. Yeah, you said you seen. I couldn't have timed the plot screen planting.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah.
Any better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was a little concerned about an inch when I first planted it, but I packed it. You know.
Yeah,
so.
that's all. That's kind of duplicating what a drill would do. As long as you get it down in the soil and make it. I told you I did that switchgrass deal. I was like, I think I'm gonna sell that Packer Max deal I bought for my tractor. It's like I'm never gonna use it anymore. I'm not trying to recoup half my money out of it. But then the other day I needed it to pack the soil so I could drill into it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Never know, man. You might need that stuff. You know, it's hard to get rid of farming.
It's kind of like me and a guy at the shop were talking today about guns. Like, man, I got too many shotguns. You know what I mean? Like, I need to get. He's like, and I said, he goes, how many shotguns you got? I was like, oh, I don't know, counting the boys' youth guns and all that stuff. I don't know, 6, 7 maybe. He's like, why do you keep that money? He's like, once you buy a gun, you just really don't sell it.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm not going to sell it. You may trade it for something else.
You're going to need it for a revolution.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he may trade it for something else, but I'm not going to. So I don't know. What you have in your hands, kind of like it's still probably worth it just about as much as what I paid for it, as long as you buy a decent gun quality-wise, you know. It's like, I hand it down, somebody will need it at some point.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, that's a legacy thing to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's like that 16 gauge hanging over the doorway.
Yeah.
You know, that was
I met a guy in the turkey woods this weekend that was hunting with a grandpa's 16 gauge.
Oh, really?
He's like, yeah, it weighs about 19 pounds, but I always carry it with me to the turkey woods.
Dude, they're killers, man.
Yeah, I guarantee you. Yeah.
When Luke hunted with that thing,
dude,
he'd flip them over regular.
Yeah, these were some Louisiana boys, and one of them was hunting with a 10 gauge, and then one was hunting with a 16 gauge. I'm like, what's happening over there?
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
That's crazy, man. 10 gauge, that's real, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, you want to kill a turkey with that thing.
Yeah,
sure.
I remember that's what Joe hunted with.
Really?
And it's like, you know, if you leaned up against a tree and your shoulder's touching that tree, it's going to hurt, brother.
You could fracture a collarbone.
It's going to be rough. But the turkeys go down, I can assure you.
No, I guarantee it. Yeah. I've never had any trouble with my 12 gauge. And, you know, I had that old Remington, like I want to say they were the first to come out with 3.5. So don't quote me on that, but got to have it. I remember that was the first one I bought. And I was like, this is pretty stupid, actually.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah. I was like, I've killed so many turkeys with a 3-inch and it doesn't feel near like this.
Well, I got the Mossberg, Stomper, just the worst kicking gun ever.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm the same way. I'm back to 3s now.
Yeah.
Hit the 3.5s, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Old Joe was shooting that 3.5 up in Missouri. Yeah, it's probably been 4 or 5 years ago now. And he killed a bird. I called in a bird. And he straight up blew a filling out of his tooth.
Really?
Yeah.
Jacked his jaw, huh?
We stand up, you know, and I'm like, I'm ready just in case the bird takes off running or something. And he stood. I was like, oh, dude, my filling came out.
Knocked his filling out.
So that's a little bit of that 3.5. So yeah, that's why I don't screw around with that stuff. I mean, 50, 60 yards with a 3-inch with that choke I have, forget about it.
Yeah, it's the same way with mine.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the deal. I made a video years ago and I had 3.5s. And that was the Longbeard XRs or whatever.
That's what I shoot, yeah.
Yeah, and when they first come out, I got some and I was like, all right, I'm going to do a demo here.
I think I remember watching that, yeah.
Dude, it bruised my cheek.
Really?
Because I laid my cheek
got down
on the gun.
On it, yeah.
Boom. I mean, it jacked my jaw, but.
Yeah, we used to skeet shoot on Sundays, have a bunch of people. It was been years ago, but, and I would like tape like a washcloth right there because I'd pull up and after, you shoot 200 rounds in a day, it's like, oh my gosh, my cheekbone's black and blue. And
yes.
they had these little pads you can you can put on your shotguns, but we don't really. I'd like to have another one. Now they got it cleared off there behind the pond. It'd be pretty cool to
another skeet
behind
shoot.
behind the pool. I mean, you can throw some skeets out there, and I like doing that. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh, it would be anytime you get to shoot a gun, man. I mean,
Yeah,
come on,
pretty good time.
So, tell me about the turkey hunt, man.
Man, it was not meant to be.
Really?
Well, first morning we went into that farm that you and I hunted, the first farm with the red barn on it.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately had one gobble. We weren't even all the way down the road yet, and we snuck in about 30 yards from him, and he did everything right. I did a little bit of tree yelping to him, and he no joke, this bird probably gobbled 50 times on the roost.
Wow.
And I told the boy, I was like, there was only a single bird, and he didn't have a turkey choke for his gun. So I was like, here, just slave over my gun so I can kill this thing when he flies down. Pitched down into the field, the field right there where the old truck is where we were set. We didn't get into the property
yet.
And he kind of landed, and he knew we were there. I mean, for sure, because he was answering every little tree yelp I did. And he started, let's see, would that be east? Started heading east, just gobbling, and it didn't work out. Then we got quite a bit of rain, so we got one of them shooting houses and sat down in there for a while, and ended up calling in like 6 different jakes, 3 at a time.
Really?
So they're really, really jaked up, and about 10 o'clock, 9:50, 10 o'clock, right there where you killed your bird, like, hey, let's just sit in the middle of the property. We're kind of on top. We can hear and listen to what's going on. The next green field over, the first one you kind of walk through, it dips down to the south side where it gets low down there. Bird starts gobbling, hammering. And I was just calling real quiet, and he's rounding the corner, fixing to, enter that field about where we first saw your bird.
Yeah.
He's fixing to round that corner right there and pop into that field. And that little draw that runs through there, a bobcat runs out of that draw.
Oh, no.
Spooks the bird away.
Oh, no.
So that was pretty much day 1. Day 2, we go back in and got on several. And every time we'd get a bird working, and some of them were even in our sight, groups of jakes would come in and run those birds off.
Really?
And we heard several behind us getting their butts kicked by jakes, and that happened to us 4 times.
Really?
Yeah, we just could not we could get them working, and the jakes it was just really, really jake heavy, which, makes you think next year it's like, well, there's going to be a bunch of really dumb 2-year-old birds in there with 9-inch beards that are probably very killable.
Yeah, right.
But we went to a new farm, and same thing happened to us. Had a bird working that morning, coming right to us all puffed up, and then 3 jakes come in right dead in front of us, and the bird comes out of strut and leaves because I guess he'd already has his butt kicked by him. And we had 2 birds from the bottom Sunday morning before we drove home. I can actually saw them, and same thing happened again, man.
Wow.
So
the gangs up there are bad, dude.
Yeah, it was rough, And remember when you and I went up there, we hunted that second farm, and that Tom wouldn't come in because all those jakes were hanging out there. They just don't want to mess with them because those jakes, they beat them up pretty good. And I've never heard it this close before, but the fighting purrs and the wings flapping about 40 yards behind us, and it was violent.
Really?
Yeah, it was loud. Luke's like, what is that? And I was like, that's those 2 Toms that were gobbling at us 5 minutes ago, getting their butts kicked. So we're probably not going to see them. And they ended up coming in probably about 45 minutes to an hour later, and he couldn't see them. I could see them. And so he couldn't get a shot, and we are going to try to double up. And they were 2.5-year-old birds with about 9-inch beards. And they rounded the corner and got to where they could see the decoys, and they just turned around and walked away. And I didn't have a jake decoy in there, but I feel like they just got their butts kicked, and they
didn't want to mess with it.
Maybe they thought they were jakes. I don't know, but they didn't alert. They didn't do anything. They just turned around, like walk back the other directions. And, up there, normally decoys are money. So I usually I don't run a jake decoy anymore just because of that deal we had with you last year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just run a couple hens, those AVNX hens. Yeah, I don't know, man. So yeah, that was the end of that deal. Valencia's going up today. He's going back up today. And I think it'll be really good in a week or two. Right now, I mean, that first morning we got underneath that bird, and 11 or 12 hens flew down on the backside over there where two more toms were. So it's like, yeah,
he's going to them.
Yeah, we're not gonna even mess with that bird because it's not gonna happen. So
yeah,
it was fun though. Got to hang out with the boy. A deal come up on my wife sent me Saturday morning. She sent me the pictures. Like 1 year ago today, I was sitting in the airport in Chicago waiting for him to fly to California, and then
oh wow,
1 year ago we were sitting next to each other by a tree working a turkey. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
yeah. So. You sent me that picture of the hooligans he'd put on the wall there. The pictures of us.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he sent me that probably a couple months ago about that picture. He's like, "Oh, we finally made the wall." I'm like, yep. But
sweet.
Yeah, we got to stay in the big barn this time.
Oh, you did?
Go upstairs. Didn't you tour that with me?
I did.
Yeah,
yep, I did.
Yeah, so we got to stay downstairs. He's built a full kitchen in there.
Really?
Yeah, so you got the fridge upstairs, fridge downstairs, full kitchen sink. Left my coffee maker up there, so now he's got a Keurig up there.
He donated the coffee maker?
That's what I told him. I said, hey, I'm in the Neo show. I'm not turning around. I'm going to donate that Keurig to you. So
yeah.
I got to go buy another one of those yesterday. So get my coffee fix on. But
yeah, I knew you'd take your coffee with you.
Oh, yeah.
It's guaranteed.
No question. Yeah, that's my go juice.
Got to start the day.
Then about noon, we'd go to the truck and we'd had pre-made sandwiches, and I'd normally drink a Red Bull or something in between, because if I'm not at my house, I have a tough time sleeping. I don't care if it's a really nice hotel or a shed in Missouri.
Yeah.
I usually get about 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night, and I was running on about probably 11, 12 for the 3-day weekend. I just can't go to sleep, dude. Like, I don't know if I'm in a different spot. So I was pretty wore out. So we'd go back to get a sandwich, and I'd drink me a Red Bull and rejuice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was cool. We got to see a lot of cool stuff, bobcats and turkeys and jakes, and heard tons of gobbling. And so it was a good time. We got to hang out and talk about life, and met some pretty cool dudes that were hanging out in our little shed area over there from Louisiana. We talked to them for hours and hours. One of them was ex-Navy, like Luke. He was 23, 24. So
nice.
Yeah. So we had a good time. It was fun. Even driving up there was fun. We once you lose that seeing him every day type deal, which he calls me every day with something, but it's like we got to, even the long drive up there was pretty cool, because we just got to actually sit down and just like chat.
Catch up.
Yeah, for sure. So,
well, good. Sound like you had a good time?
Yeah, we did. It was fun.
No. I knew I didn't get a picture, so I wasn't going to press on you, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Well, I had a guy I used to coach travel baseball with. He invited me on another trip that following Monday, and it was like a lodge type trip, some kind of company trip. And I was like, dude, man, I got so much going on at work. My grass is going to be 3 feet tall when I get back, and so on and so forth. I really appreciate it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to go. Not to mention, I'm running on 12 hours of sleep, and I'll unpack my stuff on Sunday night and leave at 10 o'clock in the morning to go right back up and then hunt for 4 straight days again. Like, I'm 52 and fat. I don't know if I can make it.
A little harder than it used to be.
But he sent me a picture last night. He killed a bird. So, of the evening time, like at 6 o'clock of the evening. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So you can hunt up there past 1 on private. So,
oh, you can?
Yeah. On private.
I actually had somebody tell me that.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah. They changed it up.
That's good.
And so I was looking at going back to those walking areas in Kansas. Like, man, they kill a bird in Missouri. I remember going across the line in Kansas, and I hadn't hunted in Kansas in 3 years, maybe. It's a draw now. You have to draw.
Yeah, I had heard that.
Really?
Yep, I had heard that.
Like, what the crap, man? That was kind of my go-to. I go to those walking areas and kill a bird every year in a matter of hours usually. But yeah, I guess I'm not doing that this year. So, here's an update for you. Let's see. The day I was loading up all the stuff to go over to Mr. Zach Hall's place to drill his food plot, he wanted to take a look around my place, and we were on the golf cart. And I said, hey, man, I'm going to go run these traps, if you don't mind, so I don't have to worry about it when I get home later. And rounded the corner in the road, the middle of my property that splits it, the little trail there. And we were fixing to hang a right to go north. And in between the bottom and the middle right there were 2 longbeards.
Really?
And 2 hens. So,
nice.
You can guess what I did the next morning.
Yeah, you went and listened for that, huh?
I went and listened for that. Well, they're not on I got written permission to hunt that 40 above me. They're about 300 yards farther down. So I did my best to, try to work my magic and call them there, but it sounded like there's about 4 hens with them. And so that was to no avail. So Monday night I went up and sat on the ridge, see if I could call them to me to try to, just real light call and see if I could get them to scoot down the ridge a little bit so I can actually hunt them. But, so I'm still screwing around with those 2 birds. May get an Arkansas bird before it's all over with.
Nice.
But, yeah, we have turkeys back.
You got something alive.
I heard turkeys gobble on, within 400 yards from my property line. So I was pretty excited to see that.
That is good, man. That's good news.
Yeah.
Well, here is just crickets.
Yeah.
Nothing here.
Going on.
Nah.
Yeah.
And I really haven't even been.
Yeah.
Just other than listened,
Yeah. Yeah. Even these birds, it's like, you get 2 gobbles on the roost and then silence.
Quiet.
That's kind of what they did us up there. What did we see? Friday morning when we hunted, it started off that way. It's like, oh, they're down the ridge, 2 gobbles. And like, all right, now what do we do? We kind of set up on those birds, and that's when all those hens flew down. Like, all right, well, we probably better not mess with those 2.
Be tough.
So, yeah.
Be tough.
Yeah. But yeah, they give you 2 gobbles and you kind of better be in position. But I kind of like that midday hunt in Arkansas. The last 2 birds I've killed on my place, which has been about 4 years ago, have been like 2:30, 3 o'clock. And you get that random, you just got to be willing to sit there for a while and just call every once in a while. And you're watching, oh, there's a gobble. And then, that last bird I killed, that's what it was. Probably 3:30, 4 when I killed that one.
Really?
Out there at the house. He was on my place.
That's part of my problem. I'm just not patient enough.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
Yeah, I was telling Valencia, he called me. Everybody's called me yesterday. Like, hey, how'd it go? What do you, whatever? Yeah, I told him the whole story, and I said, man, for me, like this year, deer season, of course, you always want to kill a big deer.
Sure.
And I passed some pretty decent deer, but it's like, nothing walked out that I really, really wanted to shoot at, and I'm okay with it. But if I can't kill a turkey, it drives me nuts. I got to get back. I got to go back. I got to figure out a way to kill. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
That time you and Jody were up there. Like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm in Kansas, man. I was getting around with some birds up on the lease. I couldn't get one killed. Like, I got to go somewhere and kill a turkey. Like,
yeah. Well, you were that way last year.
Yeah. Like,
I'm going back. I'm going back.
Yeah, I'm going back in. Yeah.
Oh, that was 2 years ago, I guess. Last year we had some success.
Yeah, last year we did real good. Yeah. Yeah, year before that, it's like I'm running back up there. I gotta figure this out, man.
Go home, get some sleep, and go do it again.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's just something inside of me. When I've killed a turkey every year for, I don't know, quite a few years now.
Yeah.
I'll find a way to get one done. But this year, I don't know, man. There's so much going on right now. We'll see. I'm contemplating on going back up to some public land in Missouri and just see if I can get it done.
Yeah.
Got a parts guy that's got some land in Gurdon, his uncle, or maybe his uncle and his dad, grandpa, they all went on this big lease, and he sent me some videos of turkeys gobbling. They don't really turkey hunt. So he's like, man, you can come up the last weekend. Nobody's going to be up there but just me. And I was like, I may do it. I think it's 2 hours, 3 hour drive. And they got a little cabin up there. I was like, I may do it if there's some turkeys I can work. He's never killed a turkey. So
there you go.
Like, follow me and say, you have property. I'll show you a gobble.
Yes. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
We'll see. I think the boy's going up on the lease this weekend. He's ate up with it now that he's got all them, we heard all them gobbles. I was like, up on the lease, man. Yeah, I haven't been up there. I didn't even listen up there.
Yeah.
Because I've just struck out so many times up there. It's like they give you 2 gobbles and they're 795 yards away, and then you're just guessing. And I'm walking 12 miles and getting 33,000 seed ticks on us. And
yeah.
Which we did that up in Missouri too.
Did you get into sea ticks?
Sat down in another layer of them.
Jeez.
And we were sprayed. Still got sea ticks. Yeah. I don't know what it is about that place.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all got them the time you went before too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rough.
I like turkey hunting. I like the chase and all that. We had a blast like last year.
Oh yeah. It was so fun.
And then, when I had them here, it was fun.
Yeah.
But it's like, for me, I'm not patient.
Yeah.
So if bird's not coming to me within 2 hours, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Or I can't cut him off or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, it's like, I guess there's been so many years where I didn't kill a bird.
Yeah.
That the need to kill a bird is not there for me.
Yeah.
But he's talking about the dude like the Shipman boys. Good God.
Oh, yeah. I've been.
Cooper Shipman is like.
He killed like 14 turkeys already.
I don't know how, dude. He's tagged out in 3 states, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, they live for that.
Sure. Yeah.
They're like you are, like you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're deer hunters too, but dude, they live for turkey.
Yeah. Yeah. We had those guys I talked about from Louisiana. They had hunted, they were on like a 3-week trip. They'd hunted Texas, Kansas, and now they're hunting Missouri when they come up there. So they're doing some traveling.
Yeah, he was too. I mean, and I texted him. Actually, I talked to him on the phone. I was like, dude, save some birds for the rest of us. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing,
Yeah,
man?
you're hurting the population.
Yeah, come on, man.
But, yeah, it's fun. I like it. We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I got a lot of projects going on. I got that rental I need to work on. I got a room I'm remodeling at my house. My grass is tall. Pretty soon I'll be needing to drill some corn in and do some crimping. Which, by the way, my rye is like chin high. I'm so excited.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Because last year I didn't have near the height.
Yeah, no, I remember.
You guys were like, well, where my trees were, I don't have near the height. And that's a perfect example of why I got rid of those trees. But like up top, it's probably taller than that now. I haven't been out there in a while, about a week or so. But
I was going to ask you about that too, because I went to my back one here, the one we're going to crimp down.
Yeah.
And, the cows got in there. So where the cow devastation was, it's only a couple feet.
Yeah.
It's come back, but it's probably not going to make it.
Yeah.
The other sides are like, you're talking 5-6 feet deep. But dude, I have got a bunch of peas.
Yeah, I had a bunch left over too. I didn't really realize until.
And so I guess that'll crimp into something cool.
Yeah.
Because,
it'll do something.
Dude, they're like 4 foot deep. So it's like, holy crap.
You can see mine's just real spot. I have one here. And
one
no.
There. I got whole sections of peas, man, which is wild. I mean, it's really dense.
Huh.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we'll.
Did it wash down there?
No. It's just where the deer didn't eat it.
Okay.
Because that was that 1 acre. No, what I said, that's almost 2 acres. I don't remember.
It's got to be over an acre.
It's over an acre.
Yeah.
And, I planted it and we sowed it and drilled it and with heavy peas, everything.
Yeah.
Well, the main areas they grazed there's no peas in it. But then there's sections, dude, that they didn't touch.
Really?
Weird.
I just have like one here and one there, which I was surprised because normally that's like the first thing to be annihilated.
Yeah, I know. That's what exactly it. I mean, these are actually got flowers on them, fixing to make pods.
Yeah.
So I guess that's going to crimp over good. I mean, I'm assuming, it should.
Well, I drilled when I cleaned out all my plot screen area. I drilled in that rye, and it was like it popped up like day 5, I think. But it's kind of yellowing on the bottom now. I don't know what it is. Too much water now. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, who knows?
But so there's not gonna be really anything to crimp in there. I was hoping I'd at least get like 6 or 8 inches of height on it, but it's kind of just gone stagnant a little bit. Like
you slowed up.
Yeah, ain't doing a whole lot, but Zach Hall's place is all done, and he had.
Oh, he's excited, dude.
Yeah,
he's very excited, which I would be too.
Yeah,
new spot.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and y'all hit it before the rains.
Yeah, right before the rain, and he told us, dude, so we totally unprepared. I just like I got to drill on a tractor and roll up. And he's got the seed, so I'm like, all right, let's see what the seed rate is. Well, he had a pretty broad mixture of stuff in there. It's like, all right, we need to
go to the biggest seed.
Well, for the biggest seed, then we need to figure out our rate, how many pounds per acre. We got to pick a seed here. Well, this will happen on one of his buckets of seed. It said, we'll plant 1 acre. So, well, how many pounds is in that bucket? It was like 18. It's like, okay, well, there's our 18 pounds an acre. That's what we're going to do with that. And it's like, I bumped it up just a little bit, and poured it all in the hopper. I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. That's not a lot of seed.
Yeah.
Like you're either going to make it or you're going to be out halfway through, even though we haven't dialed in, we waited and did the whole spiel like you do. And he's like, think you guys can get some more? I was like, here's how I do it. I always have way extra. And so he called me. He's like, dude, I still got some seed in the hopper. And I was like, keep driving. Just keep driving. He's like, I literally drilled the whole plot twice. I'm like, well, I mean, there you go.
There you go. They like it thick.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. There was some alfalfa, some clover. I can't remember what all was in the mix, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to come up. You know that.
Yeah.
It ought to do well.
He didn't have any fertilizer, so I took my hopper over there and threw 350 fertilizer, 350 pounds of fertilizer on that. So.
I was going to ask you that. Did you use triple 13?
When?
On his?
Yeah.
Well, I have 3 triple 13 bags on my straight stretch out here.
Yeah, they come out of my rig.
Really?
That was on his. Yeah.
Oh, what would have been in his truck?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I've just wondered because that's where you get speed up.
Oh yeah.
And it was it's co-op.
Oh yeah.
Triple 13.
Well,
I thought
his deal's called for triple 19 on that deal. It's like it's probably going to be like one of those real super expensive fertilizer, just get triple 13 and buy an extra bag.
Well,
and jump on.
My plot screen called for triple 19, and I bought a bag.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was that more expensive than 13?
A little bit,
Okay.
not a whole lot.
I know some of that stuff's like, oh, it's 54, but
yeah, I think it's 27, 28.
Just give me triple 13. That's good enough.
Yeah, I mean that's going to work.
Yeah,
that's going to work.
Yeah.
So how did you do that? Did you hand seed or did you add it to the seed?
The fertilizer?
Yeah.
No, I took that big hopper over there and we just dumped. He did it. I wasn't even there that day. Yeah.
After you, or before?
Yeah, he did it after. Yeah, I said it's better than nothing. I mean, obviously, me personally, you know how we do. Like if I'm going to fertilize something, I like to, raw ground. I'm going to fertilize it, lime it, till it, let it compact, then drill it. But we were a little backwards on some stuff, and I wasn't really a part of the planning deal. It was just kind of like, hey, will you drill my plots? Like, yeah, I'll load up I mean, he did most of it. I just showed him how everything kind of worked. And like,
operate it.
I'm out of here, man.
Yeah. You got it. You got it. With
you know how I am. It's like, I'm not gonna sit on the tractor for 16 hours for nothing. But I'll let you use it if you want to.
I'll knock yourself out. Yeah. He's excited about it though. And we'll see how the summer goes. I mean,
Yeah, that's the deal.
Yeah. If the summer's brutal, it'll be gone.
That's what I told him. So, your clover's going to burn right up out of it. So I would go heavier on, the other stuff that you have in there because he had some just clover deals. Like, if you're going to buy more seed, buy the mixture that has some alfalfa and some rye and stuff like that in because your clover's going to get smoked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has some chicory in it too, I think. I don't know. It was a bunch of stuff. And I wasn't familiar with it at all. He kept on asking me, man, what do you think? What do you think it's going to do? I was like, dude, I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never planted. I couldn't remember the name of it now, but.
It ought to germinate well.
Yeah. No, it should.
It should germinate well.
Yeah, he limed it.
Did you?
He did before.
Yeah. He did.
He did that buggy lime or something, but he hadn't, had put no fertilizer, but, it wasn't real weedy. He had some briars popping in it. So.
Yeah. It's all fresh timber push.
Yeah, he was concerned about that. I was like, just spot spray those briars, or the deer probably eat them out of there when they pop up pretty fresh. The deer kind of like them briar leaves. So yeah, he got that done. I matter of fact, I texted him yesterday. I said, well, he hadn't been up there, but he sent me a picture he took off of his camera. You can see that little. And say, well, you got the little green fuzz going on. That's what you want to see right about now. I don't know what all's popping, but something's popping. But
yeah.
His first clover mix didn't really do anything.
That's what he's telling me.
Yeah. Which is odd.
That is odd. Don't really have an answer for that.
Yeah.
He did do a soil test, so I mean, it should be pretty close. But anyway, something else too. The client's property and my brother's place. Plot screening.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking about trying to do that this weekend. I don't know where you're going to be.
Are you going to be? I should be around. I'll probably be in Turkey Woods a little bit in the morning, and I should be around.
Well,
the drill's still hooked up.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter to me. I got the seed.
Yeah.
It's only 12 pounds of seed, which is plenty.
Yeah.
And we'll have to dial that in if we decide to drill it. But either way, I'll get a tractor over there, get it mowed down. I can break it up if we need.
How tall is that right down the bottom?
Yeah, that rise
is it
6 feet deep.
Is that what I say? Because I remember last year I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, we went fishing over there the other day.
That's why we decided to crimp it. It's like, dude, we might as well crimp this thing and drill it because, I mean, this is a huge thatch layer.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I know it'll have to be hogged for sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe even zero turned. It would be better if we could get it really close to the ground.
Yeah.
And then I can till it if need be. And I can take both over there. And then you could drill into that if you think we need to do it. But
if it was me, I would brush hog it and spray it.
Yeah, but then I'll have to wait.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know when.
I think you can you have to look into that because I think you can spray.
Yeah, because it's not going to germinate for a while. You're right. You're right.
I think you can just spray it. That's what I would do. I'd go over the backpack sprayer and just no more than what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just hog it down and spray the crap out of it.
So speaking of spraying, I when I did this plot screen out here.
Yeah.
The poor man's plot screen.
Yeah.
My big sprayer went down. My boom sprayer.
No.
And I was like, great.
Yeah, mine didn't last very long. The one I had on my
pump went out, and then one of the spray nozzles broke off, and my tank is cracked. And I'm like, but I've had it for 20 years.
See, mine didn't last near that long. I had to chunk them out on the dump trailer because it was like, I put it on the back of the.
I almost called you to see if I could rob parts off yours to fix mine. But
I ended up chunking it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking right now for my big PTO sprayer because It sprays pretty good, but I like to have a little more control and see if they have some sort of attachment where I can put it on the back of that deal and like have a little bit of a boom where I can spray straight down instead of like, out so far.
So what I was going to say is I got online and bought a backpack sprayer.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
Yeah, I got a backpack sprayer and then I got a double wand. And so the wand goes down and it, gets out this wide and it's a double spray. So it's spraying about, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
5-6 feet.
I hadn't seen that.
You hold it out in front of you, dude, and it's spraying like this wide.
Nice.
Yeah. So I added that and I don't want to do whole food plots with it.
No, that's not ideal.
But, dude, it's great for just spraying.
I got glyphosate in mine right now, but it didn't. I just use it for around my lawn and a little creek bed I made around through there. Yeah. But I've been going out in my switchgrass and like spot spraying, weeds popping up in it.
But for that, if we end up doing that over there at the brother's place and then the client's place, it's perfect for that because it makes it like a 4-foot swath.
That's what I would do.
I'd go down their back, and it's spraying.
Brush hog it, spray it, drill it. I mean, because the glyphosate ain't gonna hurt the seed being in the ground.
That's true. That's true. And that was the other question. That's why I asked you about Zach's. Is if I thought about we could put fertilizer in the drill and drill in the fertilizer and then put the seed in. That was a thought. I didn't know what you thought about. I didn't know.
I don't know. Never heard of anybody doing it. You know how I am. I'm willing to try anything.
Well, it puts the fertilizer in the ground instead of on top.
Right next to the seed.
Right next to the seed.
Yeah.
Even if you ran it over the same spot, you know what I mean? You think it would help, So it was just a thought.
See, we fertilized your brother's place too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it should be fairly.
That's the flood back area too. So, there's all kinds of nutrients in those. So anyway,
That's about that time. Yeah, I need to get on my corn project and see because I need to check the rye too and see when it's, how we did last year. I got to that little doughy stage, like time to crimp.
Yeah.
Kind of excited about crimping how thick mine is right now. But
Get a bed.
I just love the look of it. It looks so cool.
Well, mine will be probably the one in the back here is going to be 60% probably.
Yeah.
Because
that's probably what mine is.
Because the cows.
Yeah. Well, down low where all those trees were, I have hardly any height at all.
Oh, yeah.
Just from all the shade.
Yeah.
So, but after we plant next year's fall plot and let the rye grow up, I should have a really, really good crimping season.
Yeah, no, I'd be interested to see. So this is year 3 on a crimp?
Yeah.
Is that right?
No.
2?
Is it?
Yeah. 3, right? No. Yeah. No.
2.
Yeah, this is second season. Okay.
Yeah. I did 2 crimps on my.
Yeah, we crimped last year for the first time.
One of them was buckwheat. We crimped last year. So this will be year 2.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm interested to see how the improvement from one year to the next.
Well, I'm excited for my place because, like I said, I got full sun now. So next year's crimping season, I should get a really good thatch layer.
Yeah.
Down there.
Yeah.
Which even like your brother's place down there, it's like you can still see, or you could last time we were down there, you could still see that heavy thatch layer.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something we need to do too. Is we need to soil test for the fall.
Yeah. I want to do one fairly quickly just for the corn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I want to kind of get it dialed in for corn and just see.
Corn's nitrogen heavy too, right?
Yeah.
I figured it.
If I can give it its best shot. It all depends on the weather, honestly.
Sure.
Yeah. But I think it'd be so cool if I could have like a cornfield out there and cut some plant our trifecta just in the, in the middle section of it there. Like, oh my gosh.
That'd be awesome. Have you seen the Drury talking about the weather for this year?
The drought?
Yes.
I saw that this morning. Out. I almost sent it to you. I was like,
89
year drought
cycle.
or something. Yeah. Like,
yes.
Well, we'll get on Zach about that. Like, dude, you're the weather guy.
Yeah.
Like,
make it rain.
Fix it now.
Well, you look at the long range and we've got several chances even into May.
Yeah.
I freak out a little bit because I'm in the fireworks business and I've already bought all my fireworks.
Yeah.
Pre-tariff, by the way.
Pre-tariff fireworks sales.
Yeah. So that would be sucky if I can get a burn ban, fireworks ban or some crap.
Yeah.
But, we'll see how it goes. We're on a good path right now. We're getting lots of rain. We'll take it.
Yeah. Well, even he said that too. He's like, I don't know, maybe last year it could have been that, because how dry we were. Last year we went for what did we say? 6 weeks?
11.
11 weeks.
Yeah. My brother
corrected me.
Corrected us.
Yeah. In 11 weeks, that's Maybe it was an 88-year deal. Maybe this year we're going to be.
Well, that's, you know,
nice and
he did
juicy.
say that. He
Yeah.
did say, was
Yeah, I
it
remember.
last year?
Yeah.
It could have been last year because
Yeah.
it was really bad. It was one of the worst falls I can remember.
Yeah.
I mean-
yeah, everything was just like kind of dropping leaves early and
Yeah.
trying to.
Acorns all just
Yeah.
completely dropped all their acorn. All
Yeah.
the trees dropped their acorns. And
Yeah.
there was acorns everywhere.
Mhm.
Still acorns everywhere, dude.
No joke.
There's little trees growing everywhere.
Dude, I got, right there by the pool. It's like my lawn. That's every time I'll mow it. The next thing I know, there's like a acorn sprouting in the lawn. Out there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Thinking, man, I could have like a straight up white oak tree grove out here if I wanted, if I
Well,
just let them go.
I'm jokingly said that to Christy out here at my sand volleyball court.
Mhm.
It's like an incubator for,
Really? In the sand?
oh my gosh, dude.
I wouldn't have thought that.
And it's little, I mean, it's like I could take them out and sell them. I mean,
Yeah,
'cause
there you
there's
go.
hundreds of them.
Yeah.
And then, and it's I think it's a white oak tree that's overhanging there. And
Huh. You would think there'd be a whole lot of anything for them to work with in a sand.
yeah, it's weird, man.
Yeah.
All the stuff that grows in sand, I never would have guessed it.
Yeah.
And then during the fall, it'll be full of deer tracks and they're eating acorns.
Really?
Yeah, in the sand,
That's cool.
right by the house.
Like a little Florida deer. So, like, hey,
What
guys,
the
let's
heck?
go to the beach, man. We
What-
have some acorns.
Yeah, people going off their teeth, man. If they're eating sand
Yeah.
out there. It's like
Yeah.
their teeth gonna be wore
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So,
Have you started any mineral sites?
dude? I've wanted to.
I haven't done mine yet either. So.
I want to do the. You know, I did it way back there. God, I bet it 20 years ago now. The Whitetail Institute's minerals for for this. You know, and they're what they say is, you know, you put it out certain times to really get
Sure.
antler development.
Yeah. I think now is about the time
It
to
is,
do
no,
it.
it is. It is from now
I
all
just-
the way to.
I honestly just keep forgetting
I know.
about it.
And I've got.
I did it last year. Remember, I did those tests with
Yeah,
which
yeah.
Trophy Rock was the best, by far the best one.
as
But,
far as attraction was.
yeah, I think what I used deer cane, Trophy Rock. I used like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get on that. And
I want to do the same thing. I just
Yeah,
I haven't tried it in
a
years.
few years ago, I made my own. It was like, what was it? Calcium, salt, and something diphosphate or something. I bought I had like a metal trash can, and I just mixed all 150 pounds of it and just made piles of it everywhere. And it was pretty cool. But I'm telling you, like the Trophy Rock deal, there's like another one that's like almost a 2-part thing, and it kind of turns into a liquid. That thing got tore up.
Really?
They dug a hole in the ground. I need to remember. I think it was a Big and J product, actually.
Well, that was the thing, you know. I mean, if I could improve antler growth in any way,
Yeah, let's do it.
yeah. I mean, other than just having food.
That may be a next week project for me. I'm gonna get my mineral sites up and running next week.
Oh, I meant to tell you. Speaking of that, so where I want to put my mineral site is where I made the bedding pocket in the thicket.
Mhm.
Dude, I went into that.
Did you
Oh my gosh!
already?
Oh, it worked fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I lost a single hinge cut. I mean, they
Nice.
all
Yeah.
lived.
Yeah.
Because that's all I went in there did. Is
Uh-huh.
I just hinged cut everything and then made them a path through it.
Yeah.
And dude, it's like a wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I'll have to take you out there. Remind me.
Yeah.
When it ain't flooding.
Yeah, when it ain't raining.
Yeah.
I got my good boots on today, so I can't be walking in the.
Yeah. No, but dude, I was just totally impressed with it. Matter of fact, I'll try to shoot a little video. 'Cause
Yeah. That's what it should do.
I need to show,
Yeah.
okay, this is what I was going for. So next year I'm tripling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's just a thicket anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I made it for,
Mhm.
you know, so I'm just gonna
Just
drop
improve
timber
it.
all in there.
Yeah. So I did some more hinge cutting on my east side, close to the bigger food plot. Kind of opened up some stuff, and they're. And when I shot the videos, like, I don't care if these things live or not. I'm just doing it to keep them from entering the food plot. But I drove Zach around through there. It's like, dude, I guess he didn't really, he got to see a lot of even my 3-year, 4-year hinge cuts
Sure.
that are just like
Yeah.
blown up, and he was super excited to see a hinge cut in that's actually working
Right,
now. Yeah, it's,
exactly.
like, really cool.
No, for sure.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I need to really focus on the corn deal until I need to get a soil sample sent off like ASAP, and then get to figure out what's corn. I think I'm gonna use some sort of Roundup Ready deal so I can just go in there and just blast well, that's kind of why I was looking at the wand or the deal for my tractor, so I can spray all the corn without killing my switchgrass is a big concern.
Yeah. Control.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Have a-
sprayer you got's like a high volume.
It does, yeah. It just blows it out everywhere, which is
Mhm.
great because you can just, if you're spraying something that's
It'll kill it.
it's friendly, yeah. If you're just like going through there, but I'd like to have something that has like my old sprayer where it kind of, the two ends when you can adjust it where it just kind of sprayed straight down. I got a nice, I know my path of where it's going. So I may look and see if there's some sort of adaptation for that, which I did some research and didn't find a whole lot with it, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I bet you can get a nozzle that's controlled or edge nozzle or something maybe.
Yeah, there's nothing on this. It's like a copper deal.
Yeah, I remember.
Sprays straight down and out the sides and covers 40 yards probably.
Yeah, huge area.
Yeah. If you're in a 200-acre cornfield with nothing else around it,
it's great.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's great for that. Right?
I'd like to have a little bit more control than that. So we'll see. But
yeah, no, okay. So I want to do something different. I want to add to our little pod here. And for me, I listen to pods now. You got me stuck on that.
Good.
And I watch YouTube pods.
Yeah.
I actually watch them a lot. Sure. It's pretty common for me to do. And so I like when the host or the people that's speaking don't have prep time. It's real opinion. Yeah. And so I kind of wanted to add that into our pod. Yeah, that sounds cool. We do that some anyway. Pop a question. Oh yeah, no, we don't talk.
Yeah,
so we can talk on here
purposely. Yeah,
we like. I'm not texting him and asking him that. I'm asking him on the pod.
Yeah. That's exactly what I do too.
Yeah, same deal. So I want to add a little segment in, and so the segment will be called Today's Shock Topic.
Yeah.
All right. So what I would like to do is we'll take turns on the topic.
Yeah.
Okay. So this week will be my topic.
Yeah.
Next week will be your topic, and just, do some research on your topic and then just hit me with it. And I have no idea what the topic is.
Yeah.
And I will give you my true feelings on the matter, whether they're right or wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it'll be uneducated.
It'll be a somewhat fact-based versus an opinion.
Yeah. Kind of and I haven't necessarily done that.
It's probably learn a little bit too. I mean, that's what I do. I'm normally listening to something like we talk about all the time anyway. So,
yep. So, I got a question for you. Here's today's topic.
Shock topic.
Hit
me with it.
All right. So here's the question. Is hunting a sport?
That's a good one. I don't know. Technically speaking, I would say I would categorize it as a hobby.
Okay.
Or a passion, if you would. But
all right. So here's my.
Yeah. To me, it's like the sport of it would be if you're in archery competition or long range shooting, the things that go around with hunting. Not so much hunting itself, but I mean, they do call it sporting, but
right.
I'm going to say, for me, it's a passion, but I mean, I don't know if that's really a thing, a category, but I would say it was a hobby, not a sport.
Well, you hear people all the time saying, it's the sport of hunting.
Yeah.
Well, here's the kind of way I look at it. And then this is not factual. This is my opinion.
Sure.
It's competitive. Okay.
Can be. Yeah.
Most guys, not all, I realize not all. There's a lot of meat hunters but even the meat hunters are competing a lot of times for the number.
Yeah.
I used to hunt with a guy, grew up hunting with a guy, one of my good buddies. They were about how many deer could you get. Not the quality.
Yeah, no, I've got I know some people that do that.
Or they want to
tag
out
use all their
before
tags.
Somebody else tags out
Yeah.
And so there's that aspect of it. And then there's the big buck guys, which I kind of fall into that category. We both do.
Yeah.
That are looking for the biggest buck we can get on our properties.
Yeah.
And so to me, that part's competitive.
Sure.
Okay. And it's unsaid most of the time.
Yeah.
Guys are just like, I'm competing with you. Now, you don't really say that, but you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't look at me and you competing as much.
Oh, no, not at all.
But,
I feel like I compete with myself.
Sure. And if Joe Blow down the road, who doesn't even hunt but once a year, killed the 160, you're like, oh, how did he, how did that happen?
Yeah, what's going on?
I got all this management and all this time. And so to me, there's some competitiveness there. And then if you think about something that you train for, like we do, and what I mean by that is we want to give ourselves an edge as much as possible.
Sure.
And so we spend time, money, effort, sweat, tears,
blood,
on the preparation to hunt big deer, deer, the deer, whatever.
Yeah.
And so in my opinion, it's kind of sporting.
Yeah.
You know, you see where
I definitely see that.
See where I'm coming from. So
for me in the deer hunting, where I just like I said, I compete with myself more than anything. But
Sure.
it's like in the innovation, like I've said before on here, it's like I want to make my place as close to a Midwest farm as I can
sure
make it. And that's my ultimate goal. So every year we're doing something different. I'm not really competing with anybody, you know, but we're also blessed that, you know, a good competition between some dudes is fun.
It's healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It don't have to be negative.
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean? It's like, whether we admit it or not, we're competing with our neighbors.
Sure. Oh yeah. No question.
We want that deer to be here and not on the neighbor.
Yeah.
That's not something personal.
Yeah.
That's the sporting side of hunting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's kind of the way I look at it.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I mean, if it's something that you're competitive with, that you spend a lot of time trying to get better at,
sure,
that you spend your resources and, you know, theories and plans and everything you can think of, land management, all aspects of it, it's a sporting thing to me.
Yeah.
So anyway, there was our shock topic for today.
That was cool. Yeah, no, I'm still saying it's a hobby, but
no, I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just telling you, you know, kind of how I look at it.
I definitely see your side of it for sure. But yeah, it's like, you know, I've always been probably way too competitive in everything, and so it was like
that's one thing you didn't want to be competitive in.
Well, not so much, but high school was over. There was nothing to do there, so then I started coaching the boy in Pee Wee football, and then coach him in travel baseball,
right?
Then coach girls basketball. And then that kind of went away. So then before all my body started falling apart, it was like, I'm taking up running. I'm going to try to beat everybody in my age class. And that's why I have to have something to compete with. And we were talking about this the other day, actually. It's like, I got no competition going on right now. And it's like, I don't know, you know, I need to find, I'll tell you what I need to do is find somebody that will, let's see who can lose weight the fastest. That's what I need to do.
Yeah. To push yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Because I want to win. Like, so I would probably I'm not eating for 4 days.
I think it's the same way. I mean, and don't get me wrong, there's tons of luck in hunting.
Sure.
There's lots and lots of luck. Being out there is half the battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I totally agree. Even for people like us that spend, you know,
time and
the
money
entire year prepping and planning their property, there's still quite a bit of luck involved.
And we can get our butts whipped.
Yes.
It's not a guarantee. And that's also the fun part about it to me is there is no guarantee. You don't know what the neighbors are doing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's going on around you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That part is the variable that you can't control.
Oh, yeah.
The weather. I mean, you know, we've been thrown the weather the last few years. Like big food plot guys.
The weather can even affect your preparation for the upcoming year.
Yeah,
You're talking about Drury. He's like, I'm digging out my ponds, making them deeper. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Like, he was really prepping for it. But I mean, whereas us, it's like, you know, last year I took a huge risk. Like, I'm drilling. And luckily it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out. Yeah.
Possibly.
And so, I mean, if you think about it that way, you're even competing with the animal. You know what I mean? You're
that for sure.
You're competing with the wildlife because he is built.
Especially when you hunt a deer like we do.
Oh, yeah.
There's no question.
He's built to beat you.
Yeah.
I mean, he is.
Yeah.
All of his nature is to stay away and to evade you.
It's kind of funny because I told that to the boy this weekend. That turkey is, you know, he's made to, if you move your finger, that's a predator to him and he's gone.
Yeah.
These things are made to beat us. So when we walk away and we got beat, don't feel too bad about it because that's what they're made to do, and we'll hunt them again. He wasn't upset. He loved the trip, but I'm just saying, it's like these animals are survivors, like 100%, and they have better eyes, better nose, better ears, everything than us, and
they're vocal and they're beautiful, and it's what makes it so much fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and when you pull it off, it's like, and then, you know, I had a buddy tell me this a couple years. It's been several years ago now. Anything that you feel like you're pretty good at, you typically love.
Yeah.
And it makes sense if you think about it. It's like, you know, I was talking to him, he's like, dude, I love turkey hunting.
Yeah.
I said, dude, you're one of the best turkey hunters I know.
Yeah.
That'll make you have a love for it.
Oh, yeah.
Because and it's an unsaid competitiveness, but you're good.
Yeah.
You're good at it, you know, and so to me, that's a driver for everybody.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And I like we talk about, I think competitiveness is healthy in the right way. It can be wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
You can
have some unhealthy competition for sure.
Yeah, you can have people hate you because of how you approach competitiveness.
Well, coach girls basketball for 4 or 5 years to see how many coaches hate you when you beat them pretty handily, and like you start letting your kids have fun and all that stuff. It's like, and then we're talking like, I don't know, they were like, probably their oldest age was 12 when we were doing that, I guess. And like, there was a lot of hatred being spit towards us because we went undefeated for like 4 straight years, and people were grappling and it's like, dude, there's a little kids. I didn't know when I first drafted these little girls I didn't know them. I didn't even know them. Yeah. But I mean, here we are. Right. You had a draft. I had a draft. We made the kids what they are. And I mean, it was bad. Like behind my back, people come to, oh man, they're like, really? Over league basketball?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm competitive as the next guy, but if you beat me, you're like, hey, good job, man. That's awesome.
Well, and I think everybody struggles with jealousy in some shape, or not everybody, but a lot of people struggle with that because they resent you for all the work you put in. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's I
mean, I totally agree with that. I mean, we've seen that. Just, you start killing 150s and 160s.
In Arkansas.
You get a lot of
you get some hate.
You get a lot of commentation. But I mean, here's the deal. It's like, I forgot what the saying was, but it's like everybody wants to be where you are, but they don't want to put it in the work where you are. I'm not saying I didn't kill anything last year, so you know what? I still put in the same amount of work, but I'm just saying it's like,
I'm no better than anybody else. I just love it. Yeah. And it's probably because when I was young, I thought I was getting good at it.
Sure.
And it's been my driver.
Yeah.
And now I'm like competitive, like you said, with myself.
Yeah.
Every year I want to get better and have more success, and
it's just new ideas. It's it's kind of like I guess it's what's his name says at his proving grounds, and I feel like we're kind of doing let's try something different, man. Let's shake it up and see if it works. If it doesn't work, a worst case scenario like the corn, if it all gets eaten by crows or deer or droughted out, I'm going to plant the trifecta in the fall, and we're going to hunt.
Yeah, you're going to be all right.
I just won't have a plot screen. I mean,
that'll be all right.
It is what it is, but we'll see. But I say it all the time on here. I'll literally like look at aerial maps of my place, and then I'm on it pretty much this time of year every day. Drive around just thinking about, man, what if I did this? The new little corridor deal after that all came about just over cutting down some trees that needed to be cut down. Like, oh, dude, if I block this off, I make another corridor right here. That's 33-yard shot there. I'm gonna plant some food in it now because I'm gonna see if they'll graze on the way. It's all this stuff that you think about and do, and I love it almost. Or more than hunting, really.
Yeah, no, it's getting to that point for me too.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's getting harder for me to do land management just because I'm getting older.
Yeah.
And,
no joke.
I did everything by hand, and I always have. And it's like, I did that plot screen out there, and I was like, dude, I'm whipped.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like wore out, you bag spread and all that walking. And it's like, I still love it though.
Yeah.
And all that is, dude, I did all of that to compete with that animal.
Sure.
To give me some daylight movement.
Yeah.
That's why I did it. And if it works, great. If it don't work, I'm changing something.
Yeah.
I'm going to tweak it. I'm going to
see how it works. I mean, my work, in several, I wasn't out there all the time, obviously, but the times I were out there, the deer, the little grooves I cut in the plot screen for them to cross in front of me.
They used it.
Worked like a charm.
Yeah.
If it would have been the right deer, it would have been a chip shot. It just wasn't the right deer for me.
Sure. I don't know. Anyway, that's next week when we get together.
Yeah.
Hit me with something.
Oh, well. And I already know what's going to be. You already
got it.
I already got it.
Well, I got my next one already too. So that's the way that'll work. But
that'll be fun.
We won't pre-discuss it. And, it may be something we've talked about it in the way past, but I mean, any kind of topic, hunting related for the most part, it doesn't have to be though. I mean, if you want to talk politics, we can talk politics.
I can get into some.
But we're kind of on the same page there, so I don't think we have to worry about that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'll be a fun fact of a 200% tariff due to China.
Yes. 147.
What's your opinion? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that'll be fun, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I'll try to keep it fresh every now and then and hit you with something, and you do the same with me. And, well, guys, that is it for today.
Yep. Thanks for listening.
Have a good day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.